Hello, this is Arielle from Inconspicuous Bear, and I'll be narrating the mythic version of the Gruul encounter in Blackrock Foundry from a Guardian point of view. A quick reminder that I'm not going to be explaining any of the mechanics that existed in the heroic or normal versions of this encounter. I'm only going to be covering new things in Mythic. So, if you want a refresher on those mechanics, go ahead and check out the heroic mode guide, which you'll find in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, for the next 30 seconds or so. The only new mechanic in Mythic is something called Flare, which are basically they're kind of large fireballs that fly throughout the room over the course of the fight. Now, these fireballs, when you get hit by them, they do about 100k damage or so, but the real problem is that they increase the fire damage you take by 20%, and this is a problem because of, the thing that existed before, Inferno Slice, which has a fire and a physical component to it. So just make sure you try and dodge them. I mean, you're a tank, so even if you take a flare or two, you're not going to die to Inferno Slice more than likely, but it is damage that you can avoid and you shouldn't be taking, so just go ahead and dodge them. But the real big difference in Mythic Gruul, from a tank perspective, is that there are 9 Inferno Slices per phase instead of 6. So this means that you'll end up 2 or 3 tanking this, depending on how you feel about it. We 2 tank it because we have a monk, so we split the slices, 3 for the monk, 3 for me, 3 for the monk again. Now this means it's pretty easy for me to handle 3 slices. It's also pretty easy for guardians to handle 6 slices, given the cooldowns we have. So however you guys end up doing it, totally up to you in your raid. Just remember that they come about 9 seconds apart, and there are some timing issues that happen in the end. So since I take the middle 3 slices, Overwhelming Blows doesn't fall off after the Destructive Rampage. So there's some little timing tweaks that you need to do to have like the first tank actually tank the boss coming out of Destructive Rampage into the first slice, and then you taunt after that, so that your Overwhelming Blows debuff will actually fall off and you don't die. Because if it doesn't fall off after Destructive Rampage, you're basically screwed. Or if it gets reset after Destructive Rampage, you're basically screwed. If you're the person taking the 3 slices. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that and timing it appropriately. The other part is you'll be definitely want to taunt the boss for slices in Mythic as opposed to just moving, because if you're doing a 3 group strat, which is probably the one that you'll end up doing, you can't move to the back safely enough to get them to get the group that's opposite to you. If you're tanking from the front, basically, you can't get to that back group by moving, so you have to taunt. So just make sure that you're getting used to that and not taunting when you're not supposed to taunt, and taunting when you're supposed to taunt. It takes a little bit of timing, but it's pretty easy to get used to and should only take you a few pulls. For talents, it's pretty much your standard talent fare. It's actually the same set as Oregorger. So you can take Feline Swiftness, Scenario Rewards, Soul of the Forest, Stream of Scenarios, and either Pulverize or Bristling Fur. You'd only take Bristling Fur if you're the person taking the 6 slices, because you'll need the extra cooldowns, and you'll just go something like, I don't know, Barkskin, Bristling Fur, or Barkskin, Survival Instincts, Bristling Fur probably, for the first 3, and then just basically repeat that in some kind of order. The key is to make sure that you're recharging Survival Instincts as soon as you can, so that both charges will be up again for the next phase. Other than that, if you're only taking 3 slices, there's no reason to have Bristling Fur for this fight. It's just complete overkill, and just you don't even need an external, because you can survive the first slice with Barkskin just fine. Barkskin and Pulverize work for the first slice just fine. Other than that, good things to know. I like to use my armor potion for the second set, or for tanking the boss for the third set of slices, just because it's a lot of damage, and sometimes I'm up to like 10 plus stacks over Overwhelming Blows at that point, so anything I can do to reduce the damage is good. Other than that, Tablet is extremely good in this fight. I like to use it to soak slices 2 and 3 just for the extra damage reduction, makes it completely trivial. And that's really about it. You want to use Berserk on this fight is pretty much used as a DPS cooldown, so just use it during Heroism, and then whenever it comes back up again. The last note I want to make is that no matter which or how many slices you end up taking, you do want to have Survival Instincts clipped for this fight for sure. So let's make sure that you have that, just so that the recharges are extremely short for soaking the Inferno Slices, because that's all you use it for on this fight. Hope you enjoyed this video, and good luck in Blackrock Foundry.
It's just like 17 cave-ins on our side. Really bad.
Beware. Beware. Beware.
Sunny will start. Still go to blue for the first one.
4, 3, 2,
American Restraint.
Goes Sarah.
Coming up.
5,
That was probably my fault, sorry.
3, 2, 1.
Purple collapse to blue.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5,
Whoop.
4,
Yeah, just come.